Hello, welcome to the Christian Bunch Gloopy Show, and today, first off, we're still back to break, still doing our little Paul's Assisting Veterans fundraiser. Link in the description to donate. Alright, let's get into this. I really gotta think of something else to say other than let's get into this. But anyway, so I'm on Instagram, and there's a video of an old lady. Okay, so she gets pulled over for some faulty equipment or something, and I guess she admits to having it that way for 6 months. So the cop gives her an $80 citation, which, on a side note, I hate the term citation and there being a fine. If there's a fine, I believe that's a ticket. Don't give me a citation and then make me be like, why is there money involved? Citation is like, get this fixed, I'm not giving you a ticket. A ticket is like, you owe some money because this is messed up. And if you're smart, you'll get it fixed. So anyway, that's just my personal thing. Anyway, that's not the point of the story. So anyway, she refused to sign the citation, ticket, whatever. And so the cop says, alright, then you're under arrest. Because, it's, signing it's not a admission of guilt. It just means you got the ticket, the citation, whatever, and you can either pay it or you can fight it in court. Which is kind of funny, by the way. Let me just sidetrack. If you get a ticket, fight it in court and win, you have to pay, some places at least, you have to pay a court fee. What the heck is that? If anything, they should be paying you for showing up and then fighting, taking time out of your day for fighting something you shouldn't have had to fight. I wonder how many decisions would get overturned if that was the case, if they had to pay you, if the cop was wrong. Anywho, so she refuses to sign it, so he tells her to get out of the car. She refuses, she drives off, he chases her, pulls her over at a something. He never calls for backup. You never see backup show up for this. So anyway, he eventually, first he pulls a gun and tells her to get out. She doesn't. And then, the way he puts his gun away, he's like, alright, I'm tired of this. Puts his gun away, goes over, unlocks, or opens the door, which was locked at one point, so I'm not sure. And he's like, get out of the car. And she won't get out of the car. So, grabs her and pulls her out of the car. And she resists arrest to the point he has to tase her. So he tases her. She still kicks at him. I guess she kicked him once because he does say at one point that she kicked him. I know she kicked at him when he was trying to grab her out of the vehicle. And then probably after the first time she was tased and he was trying to put handcuffs on her. So I think he tased her twice. Eventually got the cuffs on her, and then gets her in jail, or gets her in the car. Blah blah blah. The point of the story has to do with comments, and there's a number of comments. They're like, if she was black, she'd be dead. I disagree, and I'll tell you why. Because they're not just comparing race; you're also comparing age, sex, and race. Because, let's face it, all these questionable killings by cops, other than Breonna Taylor, which was a totally different thing, because, unless you believe the cops knew she was in there, like, 2 for 1, or something. Well, it wasn't even 2 for 1, because the boyfriend didn't get hit. I don't even think he got a scratch. So let's skip Breonna Taylor. But every other incident of a cop, because she wasn't even, Breonna Taylor wasn't resisting arrest. We're talking about resisting arrest. So let's separate from that. Every incident of that and a black man, because it's always a black man you ever hear about. You never hear about white people, and you never hear about women. And if you do, then it's on local level, and if it happens, I don't remember the last time there was national coverage of it. The only story I've heard in the past year that wasn't a black man getting killed was like a 13-year-old autistic kid, I think, was shot. I think he survived, but still, I never saw what the kid looked like. He could have looked like a man child. Anyway, back to the point. I think pretty much every example national news covers it's a young black, or it's a black man. Let's just say it's a black man, but it's not an old black man resisting arrest or whatever, and they get killed. Yeah, I think they're always resisting arrest. So anyway, we're comparing young black men resisting arrest to old white lady resisting arrest. I haven't heard of any old black women, unarmed black women, getting shot and killed by cops for resisting arrest. I haven't heard. It's more than race. Like, you can't compare. Okay, so my point is, to these people trying to make that claim, it's not just race. It's also sex and age. It took me six minutes to do this, to explain this. So this isn't going to be a 5-minute video. It just drives me nuts. And you try to explain it to them, and the replies are just... they're terrible. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'll clean that. The good thing about just filming these wherever, like, if I see dirtiness, I'm like, oh, look. That, I need to clean it. Anywho. Yeah, people need to learn to debate. One person kind of debated, but, like, when I put a reply, it was like, I haven't seen any old unarmed black women getting killed for resisting arrest lately. And she's like, well, you just proved my point by saying lately. It's like, when I say lately, I don't mean like this past weekend. I meant like past 20 years. Like something like this generation of police. And you know what? There probably is. That probably happened at least once. At least an old lady. I don't know if it's a black lady or not. And it most likely it's probably just from getting tased, not shot. Because a lot of these peoples who were, and it's not just anyone of a single race. It was multiple races, multiple sex, claiming that this old lady, if she was black, she would have got killed by the cop. So anyway, yeah. If there is any old ladies who resisted arrest and died, it's probably from a bad reaction to getting tased. Which is crazy, because you look at, like, Jacob Blake, they, like, tased him a few times, and he's like, no problem. You get other people get tased, go right down and die. I'm not sure what, just throw that in there. Minute and a half left in this, since I guess we're going 10 minutes. Lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So my problem is with these people's replies, other than the one person, because I think I made a few comments, and they're all respectful. I'm just saying, you can't just blame it because she's white for not getting killed by the cop. And they act like every time a black person resists arrest, they get killed. I'm sure we just don't hear. I am sure that more people, black people, whatever, well, we're talking about black men. Let's say black men. I'm sure there's a lot more black men who resist arrest that we never hear about because they don't get killed. You can probably look up local police files and find a bunch of people of different races who resist arrest and don't get killed. I'd be curious to see the numbers on that. 20 seconds left. So my point is, don't always blame it on race, because in this case, I guarantee you, it's sex and age is why she got the gun was out for once, and then the cop was like, oh, It's like when he started taking it serious, that's when he put the gun away. No, that thing just said something. So this might cut off randomly. So yeah. It was... You can't just blame race. Like, there's things people are like, oh, I was pulled over because I was black. Or, you said I met the description. I've been pulled over because I've met the description. I've been followed in stores because I was a young man. Followed in stores because my friend was looking shifty and he wasn't black either. Not everything happens. I've had a gun pointed in my face by cops. Had nothing to do with race. No one in the house that was raided was black. And I think I've told the story that I'm talking about. I can tell it another time because we're trying to end this story. We're getting this video because we're up to 11 minutes and I don't know, this video might cut off anytime. So yeah. That's the one point. The second point is debate calmly, have facts, and if you don't have anything to debate with factually, you have Google. You can and we're talking about debating on social media. You have time to look up facts. Just remember to save the website for your point of reference. Have points of reference too. Especially if you claim stuff on social media. But I would like to see numbers on people who resist arrest, and then age, sex, race, all that stuff, and how that outcome is. Because I'm not saying there's not racism. There is. But you can't blame it on everything. Anyway, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that other fun stuff. Donate to Pause Assisting Veterans. Peace.